Yo.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
What's up? This is DeMarco.
This is Simoñ John Thomas.
Also known as Yin. This is That's a Good Question, episode 7. I'm here with the homie. I'll let him introduce himself. I don't think you need much of an introduction.
Yeah.
A lot of from Savannah all the way up into Atlanta know who this man is, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, I appreciate that. My name is Simoñ John Thomas. Some people know me as just John. But yeah, I am the founder, creator, director, CEO, whatever you want to put it on. But yeah, my baby is the OCTUS network, and we're out here in Atlanta and doing the damn thing.
That's what's up,
doing
man.
the damn thing.
And speaking of the damn thing, I just seen the 2022 recap.
Yeah, dropped that bad boy this morning.
How did that feel? Like just dropping it, going through all that footage, all of the messages, all of the people, memories. Like, what did that feel like?
Honestly, my boy Jeremiah Adams goes by D2J. He's my editor in chief. He's the one, he does all the chopping, editing, and all that stuff. But just going through it and just giving him that task to do that, it was just a lot, because going from the first one and the build up and just seeing all those memories, and it's kind of like a reflection. It's like, dang, like, you remember that time you were stressing about this?
Yeah.
Like, it's all here in front of you. All your stresses is successfully lined out.
Yeah.
And it feels good knowing that I overcame every obstacle that was like trying to like come at me.
Trying to stop you from getting this shit done. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's refreshing, honestly. It's like, year one in Atlanta done, and on to the next.
No, I definitely appreciate the transparency there, because it takes a lot to build anything.
Oh, absolutely.
So, being able to sit back and look at what you've done so far and all the people you've touched, because I see the love that you get through the posts, through the events. Like, people really fuck with what you do. So I appreciate it. I'm one of those people, so I'm honored to.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate this
for sure, man. So take us back, because we recap 2022.
Yeah,
and we'll get into the future and what's gonna come.
Yeah,
because I'm definitely excited to see how that unfolds. But let's go back, and I mentioned Savannah earlier.
Yeah,
because if people know, is that, maybe they don't know, but is that the starting grounds for all of it? Yes, it
definitely is. That's where I became a man. That's being really honest. And it really started out with just me seeing all my friends and seeing how talented they were, and didn't have like a proper platform to really be showcased on. And so for me, I was like, all right, I wanted the world to see how talented my friends are. For example, Da Vinci the Great, Devin Gaston, one of the greatest DJs out here in Atlanta. He's been with me since then. He's DJed on all my parties since my house parties. House party. Yeah, house party. That's where I started in Savannah, house parties. My friend Rihanna, she was like, I need a birthday party. Yeah. And I was very like shy back then. And so I was the only person who had like a apartment house. So I had enough room, and my roommate said yeah. And so we did it, and it felt great. People were just happy, drunk, whatever, in my space, and it was cool. Yeah. And I just wanted to really, build on top of that and make more of it, because I didn't want to just be that guy throwing house parties and have I'm a visionary. Yeah. So I don't want to just be, I'm going to do this one small thing and that's it. So if you ever see me do anything like once, it's probably just a taste, and I'm about to do something bigger later.
So you're just testing the market to see if it actually works. Yeah. Putting the pieces together, but all in all, you have gears turning as far as
absolutely.
Like, this is how I want shit to work.
When I was in Savannah, I started off when I really wanted to like take things to another level. I was blessed to be in the same the same room with a lot of SCAD students, so it allowed me to be around a lot of talent. So I ended up meeting a really good friend of mine named Ty Davis out there as my lead graphic designer, doing all my global stuff. Gentry. 270, he was out there like really bringing the culture of SCAD in like one pit, and he's still going crazy right now. And then of course Jeremiah Adams is like one of the most like hardworking guys I know. And when you tell him you want something done, and he knows how to execute it, because I met him at a house party and it got shut down by the cops, and he was still in the back undoing all on the cords and stuff because it was in like an outside balcony. And he had all the wires like neatly like underneath the patio, and no one knew like all this was going on. And he had a projector hooked up. It was just crazy.
So he set this all up like just solo without even
by himself.
Damn,
by himself, and it was just astonishing to me. And I was like, I need to tap you. Like everyone I talked to back then, I literally we took walks around Forsyth Park, and I just asked them, like, yo, what are your goals? What are your vision for your future? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? And we all kind of met somewhere where we really wanted to execute on a high level, but also in a means where it's like feeding all of us. So it's not just like, oh, I want to do this one thing and that's it.
Yeah.
So
let me just jump on whatever you're about to get on real quick, and then when that's finished, I'll just go and find somebody else to do it with. It's like, no, how can we put these pieces together and transform this shit into
it was crazy.
Take it all the way together.
Back then I was broke, bro. Like I had no money. There's money in Savannah, but like if you fresh out of college, there's no money in Savannah.
Well, you were rich. You're just socially rich.
Socially rich.
Social currency.
Yes, social currency is amazing.
Very important. Yeah.
But
and you have the ideas.
Yeah, the idea guy.
Yeah.
I used to always get hit up a lot, like, oh, what did you do this? How to do that? And I was, I don't know. I remember back, I forget what years. I want to say 2018 or 2019. Old friend of mine that goes by the name of Dylan Graves. He had this show called The Aesthetic Show. And the first one I missed, I saw it was on Instagram. It was like live painting, a bunch of stuff. I was like, And so he had the second one, and I went. And I was just blown away. And I think, honestly, that's probably the spark that, set me here.
Yeah.
And just seeing, like, the people in the space, the art being created, their models around, it was just refreshing, especially for Savannah at the time. And I just wanted to be able to be a part of that and amplify that. And so it's just, everything just kind of kept moving. And it's like, I got to amplify. It was a lot hard. It was really hard in the very beginning. Cause,
Why was that?
Black kid with dreads, red dreads at that. Yeah. And people think I just dyed my hair. Yes, people, this is natural once you start seeing me. But yeah, people, just look at me as like, oh, this little kid. I look young, so they just take me as like, oh, he's just a little kid with some dreams or whatever. Yeah. He probably might not make it out. And especially in my last few years in Savannah, when I told myself I was moving back to Atlanta, I felt like the universe was like, all right, crunch time. Let's put the worst on him. Yeah. So I had to, like, I lost my car. One of my apartments burned down. Like I had to live. I had to live with one of my friends. Yeah.
Bro, thankful that you're here, man.
Bro, it was that's a whole crazy scenario because I was in the shower when that happened, and like literally, RIP my mom, but I feel like her voice like shouted at me to get out of the shower because like it was like a weird feeling that came over me, and I jumped out, opened my door, everything was on fire. I was like, yo.
Bro, what?
And I was butt naked, bro.
Man.
I was butt naked. Knocking on my roommates. My roommate, I was like, yo, we got to get out. I went in her closet. She bigger than me, so I had to just grab whatever I could and just throw it on and run outside. But thank God my friends were there to, help me out. But all my friends have always been there to help me out and, make sure I was straight at my very bottom line. Because I feel like, the friends I've made since Savannah to now have been sort of a family to me.
That's what's up, man.
And they've just helped and pushed me and continue to help me grow. And just learning all my lessons from that, building global. It was like a festival project. We did all the artists and creatives. We went to this place called The Stables, and we turned up the whole place. We was outside in a parking lot. And
are you getting, like, is this still, like, you're struggling at this point? Or are you, like, getting paid?
We're building all this off of house parties. So we're having house party after house party. All my DJ friends are spending, and we're like charging like $5, $3 for like drinks or whatever, just cheap.
Yeah,
like
super
these kids are gonna come in here, and just do everything they do, and like we'll end the night maybe like $500, $600, $800, and we're like, all right, for global we need we need lighting, we need security, we need this, and so we'll just throw money in there and add it, buy it. Yeah. So when we get to the actual show. The last show we did was called Global Warming. And funny enough, I really do feel like Global Warming really messed that show up a little bit because out of nowhere, it's like a report, a tropical storm off the coast of Savannah. And it literally was coming like that week. Yeah. And so we had to last minute prepare by ponchos, tents, I was the only one back then who actually had a job. I worked at Enterprise back then,
Yeah.
so I was getting paid like $400 every 2 weeks. So I'm
Yeah.
taking my little $400 and buying tents and buying this and buying all the things that I could
so you're
possibly
investing
need.
in yourself very
Well, yeah,
early
and I
on.
still do that now because I've been a firm believer. It's like, if you don't invest in yourself, who the fuck else will?
That's true. You can tell when somebody does, and you can tell when they really believe in their own product.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you may think this is cool to sell me, but do you actually use this shit? Do you believe in this shit that you're doing?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's going to show. It's going to show through process. It's going to show through people, relationships, and it's pretty clear that you are 100% in everything that you do.
Yeah,
So,
100%, 110%, honestly.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've been blessed. As of recently, I've had, honestly, it's funny I say this, but 2 of my high school friends have been, watching me for a while. And I think around at the first event I did in March last year, they were like, yo, what do you need help with? I'm like, bro, I need bread. I need money.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, we'll split the difference with you. So in a sense, they transformed to like ambassadors for me and investors of sorts too.
Yeah,
And I would even call them co-founders a little bit, because
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of the events that went on last year, without their money, they would not have happened, or not have happened at that quality level.
It's crazy to have. I mean, again, you can tell when people truly believe in what they do, because naturally you'll find people who want to keep this shit lit. Like, you want to ignite it as much as possible.
Yeah. And my boy Nigel, every time I felt like I was like, all right, I can breathe a little bit. He's like, no, keep going. What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? What we doing next? What we doing next? I'm like, God dang.
Yeah.
So for me, like right now, I've been blessed to have like a 9-to-5, and that's always important. Creatives, please have a 9-to-5.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not cute being broke.
Yeah. The struggling artist thing was played
out, bro.
Ain't nobody no Basquiat around here.
Yeah,
we ain't
so
jumping from house
you
to
gotta
house.
find your way to finesse in your little area. I was
Yeah,
blessed
man.
to find. I'm a freight broker now, and a senior freight broker at that. And I finessed my way into that situation because I was trying to get a job at Enterprise. They sent me a rejection letter after 4 interviews because I was trying to work at the corporate level over there, since I felt like, since I worked washing cars, I should be able to do this.
Yeah.
But they rejected me, and literally on LinkedIn, like 2 days later, this company called NTG was like, hey, you want to work for us? And it's like $40K. And I was like, $40K? I didn't make that much more money in my life before.
Yeah.
And I knew it still wasn't enough, but I was like, dang, that's still good, decent. So I took the job, and I worked it for a good bit, and I leveled up. I left and leveled up, got a job paying me $60. And then, here I am.
Yeah.
I just use that money to, fund a little bit of my life. Of course, if you were the founder or creator of something, you don't make that much money yourself. You're the boss. You get paid last.
Yeah.
You have to understand that too and be okay with it.
And it takes years before you actually see any.
So
kind
I'm
of
paying my boys. I'm paying
return.
Devin, everybody who I know that can do something for me and provide value and meet my vision where it's at. They're paying what they ask. I'm like, yo. And if I can't pay them out of pocket, I'm like, yo, let me get you on the back end. I'm selling drinks.
Yeah.
I mean, you want 20% of the bar?
Yeah.
Got you, because 9 times out of 10, 20% of the bar is probably more than what you asked for anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just try to make it work. And I feel like I've always had that mindset of just finding ways to make it work. And I feel like that's what worked for me. And not just settling for like a no or this and that. I'm like, all right, like, even if I have to, of course, people be responsible. I had a job, so this is responsible for me. I took out a loan.
Yeah.
It was a small loan. It was like $600.
Yeah.
Doop. Accomplished my goals.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things you just gotta like know your deck.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I got this, I got this, I got that. I can talk, I can breathe, I can spit game.
I got people I can talk to. Yeah. That social currency, man, is very, very important. And being able to step back outside of your situation and say, okay, this is the hand I'm dealt. How am I gonna play this shit? Is super. It's pivotal in a lot of ways, because the shit can make or break you.
Yeah,
like absolutely. You could have easily got that rejection letter and been like, man, fuck this shit. I have what I'm trying to do takes so much, and it feels like I'm getting beat down at every point in turn. Let me just go the natural course. Even
flashback to Savannah, like when I was saying life got really hard. I remember I was trying to find a new job after I left Enterprise because I got scared because I accidentally clicked when I was clocking in one day. I got scared looking at the like time sheets. I don't know what I clicked, but it showed me by the literal active minute how many hours, minutes, days, years I've invested into that company, and it frightened me that I was making someone else rich, and this is my time, my life that I would never get back.
Yeah.
I looked at that and like literally I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, that should have make you sick.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And it just, drove me to, find things like getting rejection letters, or often I got in Savannah, you're overqualified. In my mind, I'm like, I'm overqualified. Wouldn't I be perfect for the job then? And I'm asking for a job. Like, I'm not trying to finesse you.
Oh, man, that corporate ladder, I've been doing that shit for over 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking tricky game.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the craziest thing, I've been robbed twice down there at gunpoint. The last time it happened, I was on the phone with my girlfriend back then, and I was working at the Mansion on Forsyth as a valet attendant. And I used to catch this free Uber thing to like get me close to my house, and then I walk the rest. And I guess I'd been working there for like maybe a week. So I guess maybe that guy saw me, or maybe he was like in the right place at the right time. I was walking, I had one earphone in, and he called me. He rushed me, and I fell back down. I was like, empty your pockets. And he had like a MAC 10 in my face. I'm like, yo, this is real. And I gave him, I only had $30 at the time. And I was still planning for my last event. And I was like, damn, I was hungry. And I gave him my little money, you know what I'm saying? I went home, man, I cried, bro. I was frustrated. I was like, bro, what is up, man?
Yeah.
And even thinking about it back then, I still like feel myself getting teary-eyed, because it's like I remember that frustration and that determination. I'm hungry now, but I was starving back then. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I get happy, like looking at the progress I've made. It's not just like as a creative, but as like just a human being. It's like, yo, you didn't accept defeat, even all the I would say quote unquote L's. Yeah. My life has had, it's been lessons, and the lesson book is pretty sucky. I ain't gonna lie. Losing family and friends, but it's just a cycle of life, and I've just thank God to good friends telling me to go to therapy in college, and therapy in college is free, and I took a full advantage of it.
Man, how important was that? Like,
groundbreaking.
How frequent did you go?
I literally was going twice a month. Because I had so much baggage. Because for those of you listening and that know me from like my younger years, I lost my older brother in like a freak basketball accident in like 2006. He was playing a game, I won't say Bethune-Cookman Bethune Middle School versus Shamrock Middle School, which is now Joy Hills Middle School. But he went up for a layup, hit him in the chest in the air. Kind of similar to the football God happened here, but not in the air. But he hit him in the chest in the air when he went up for the ball. His heart skipped a beat, lost consciousness, fell down, went into a seizure. And at that time, I don't know if it's like not regulated or whatnot, but that school, Bethune, did not have a defibrillator on site. Wow. And the police and the ambulance, they took 10,000 years to get there. Yeah. So by the time he got there, it was done. He was gone. But he went to the hospital that same day. It was like December 9th, 2006. He was pronounced dead at 1:30 p.m. And
this was your older brother or your older brother?
Older brother. He played basketball for Shamrock, and tall. He was tall. He took all the height. He was like 6'2", 6'3". Like, bro, how you gonna check out like 14 years old and leave me with like, I'm 5'7", bro? You're selfish. Like, God, he was gonna take him home. Why ain't like give me a little more height, bro?
No, he gave you other attributes.
Right, absolutely.
That definitely make you rise to the occasion. Man.
Yeah, but going through that, I lost my mom when I was in my sophomore year in college, cancer, and just dealing with that. And then I remember at that time, I just felt like life was really like shitting on me, because I lost my girlfriend at that time, lost my job at that time, and I was about to lose my apartment. And I was like, damn, I'm in this nice ass apartment. Of course, obviously too expensive. Learning lessons. If it's fancy, cool. But if you can't afford it, stay away. I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave. I was able to, get out of that debt free, but still, I just, learned a lot. And going from that, even that, before I even graduated high school, my sister, all this is on the news. All this is on the news actually. But my older sister, she was murdered in 2012. And it's like, dang, found in a ditch. So that's why I'm really close to all my female friends. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Because like it's crazy out here.
Yeah.
So like I've been through a lot, and to be able to come out on the other side like, yo, what's good? I'm happy to be here. How you doing today? I feel like that's miraculous. Because even my therapist at the time, when I told her my life story, she started crying. I was like, "Are you cool? Are you okay?"
Trust me, bro. I'm definitely trying to
I appreciate
hold it together, man. Because I feel for you. All I hear is perseverance, man. Like
that's probably like I don't know. I guess what God was like, all right, I'm gonna throw that in a bucket. Perseverance,
the strongest warrior, man.
Yeah,
that's what I really hear. That's what I feel. That's what I felt when we first met. It was just like, this dude is definitely on a fucking mission.
Hell yeah, man. Because I feel like my family has just been through too much, not like come out on the other side with some money or some type of like true mission or goal to know like, all right, this is what's really going to like build up my family and take us out of whatever the world wanted for a black family.
Yeah.
You know, of course, like I'm pretty sure the, I don't know, white man was like, oh, cool, I'm glad that family's broken up.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know, what's that saying? Pressure makes diamonds or whatever?
Man.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
So
can't let none of this shit stop you, man. And I'm happy that it hasn't.
Amen.
And I'm happy for you, man. I really do. This ain't even the end of the podcast, but I really do wish you nothing but the best. All the success that could possibly come your way, that we can see, whether that's unforeseen. I want that for you, bro.
You're gonna have me crying here, dog.
No, man, I feel that shit. This shit
is.
I mean, from therapy to losses turn to lessons. Like, I feel like not only do people need to hear, but black men need to hear.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. And shit, I mean, 2 times a month probably feels like a lot, but I even recommend more than that. I took AP psychology and sociology in high school, and that shit changed my life. Like being able to dissect myself, dissect people around me, and not just dissect, but process for a greater opportunity to understand people, understand myself, kind of step outside of myself in situations similar to what you did, look at what I have in front of me and be like, okay, well, this is how I'm going to play this shit. And this is the best way I can play it right now. And whatever door opens later on, I got to pivot and figure that out once I get there. But right now, I'm not letting none of this shit stop me at all.
Absolutely.
So,
even I remember, honestly, like building up to March, I was just dealing with so much, that sugar rice event, and just trying to piece everything together.
This March.
Yeah, the last March. Yeah,
or last March. Sorry.
Yeah, it feels like, I know, right?
Right.
Time, mysterious. But yeah, I was just dealing with so much and trying to piece it together, trying to work my job at the time, still in freight, just that job company I was working for, Highway Haul, was just very stressful. And thank God, all my jobs since then has been remote. It's been a blessing, but you know, still, bro,
remote
I know,
life is
is golden.
Yes. Sir.
But yeah, like I think honestly, I just had to find balance and understand that like I'm not accessible like that, and it's okay because I have a job and these other things I'm doing can wait, but because they're still going to get accomplished, just not when I want them to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how God works in people's lives. He doesn't come when you want him to, but he comes.
Yeah. So
I just, move on my own pace because I used to be burnt out by Instagram because I'm like, all right, I'm not reaching my follow. Even now, like the recap video, if it were like on TikTok, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it on TikTok, guys. I know I need to be on there.
Yeah, that's the machine at this point. That's the driver.
It's like I know if Instagram was the same as TikTok, where it really doesn't hide your followers or whatever, all my posts would be banging. I'm pretty sure everyone's posts would be banging because people have thousands of followers. So it doesn't make sense why they do. It makes sense business wise, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But personally, it's like, yo, you're limiting my success, and I cannot wait for some type of like platform to come up and dethrone them completely because it's trash.
In that entertainment sector, that's where we have the legendary OCTUS network, which is going to be helping us.
Yeah, that's definitely like my mission. Like I appreciate this platform because I haven't really gotten a chance to really tell the world like, hey, I'm not just doing events.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming here and experiencing this greatness here. That's great. I'm glad you're having a good time.
Yeah.
But I'm building brands. I'm building communities.
Yeah.
And I'm supporting the creators, because I got to a point, especially after the first one, I was like, damn, that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't make a profit. And I was like, damn, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, it has to do it. I just made sure, of course, before I spent a dime, my business account was set up.
Mm-hmm.
LLC is still good. Even now, it's still good to next year.
Yeah.
And my mentor back in Savannah, Calvin Parker, my guy, he bought my LLC. He gave it to me as a gift during my second event down there. He's like, here's your LLC. It's good to 2025.
The importance of
I
a
was
mentor,
like,
man.
guy.
The
Like,
importance of a fucking mentor.
yeah, he used to come through all the time. I needed Agato. Here you go.
Yeah.
So it's just, knowing all my things were like right.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, like, all right, even if I take a loss now, I can recoup later.
Mm-hmm.
And me having a job, I'm like, all right, get paid this. I don't want money getting paid every 2 weeks, so I can budget.
Yeah.
And just, split the difference with my guys.
Yeah. And I mean that what you said earlier about building up in March and understanding, I think the important lesson there is that just patience.
Yeah.
Like, what you're building is going to definitely take time, and it seems like you want to build it properly.
Mm-hmm.
You want the foundation to be good, so it's going to take time putting that chemistry together. But this is definitely the place to express all of what you do. If anything, we want everyone on. That's a good question, to tell us everything. Like,
yeah, man.
Let the people know what you have in the fold, what you want to do, shit, even if it's not.
Yeah. I let the whole world know. So basically, the OCTUS network is going to be a support system to the creatives, to the creators, the people that have to hustle, go to these odd meetings in odd places to get money from odd people to do great things.
Yeah.
And, like, for example, Hell Yeah Comedy, or Player 99, Pussy Power, all these different brands, Deep ATL, like, they are doing really wonderful things with their communities, and I want to find a way to just be able to support them and bring more to them, and not just on a way where it's like, oh, I'm reshare your stuff. Like, right now, I'm redoing it because I don't have the my facilities built out yet. Yeah. So I do what I can, but I know for a fact what I want to do is just give them a proper platform so they all can get the love that they know they deserve. Yeah. Because, for example, Mo, who's over there in charge of Hell Yeah, like, I seen her work hard as hell, like, do a lot, make a lot of sacrifices to put on these comedy shows month after month. Yeah. So, and Tay, I'm shouting you out, Tay. Like, she's a hardworking woman. Like, I see her, like, hustling. Honestly, these women, these men, thrice, like, I was watching them before I moved up here. Yeah. I was just doing a lot of research. I used to send my friends to their events. Like, hey, show me what they did. What's going on with them? Yeah. Because I was just like, I was in awe at how well organized their events were. And, of course, I didn't know the struggles they're going through. Yeah. And I can only imagine, because, like, I be going through shit. I can imagine what they're going through. You're on the
other side, yeah.
And after March, I was like, I don't want to just do events. I want to be able to support those who are doing it, because this is hard work. Yeah. And people come to these things and have a great time and make memories, meet people, end up dating somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these things happen. And I just want it, to really be magnified. So right now, I'm just building, like, the groundwork and just showing the world, like, hey, the OCTUS network can do a lot of different events. I had an art show with 777 Pound and Trey Tat. Mm-hmm. I did the whole DJ thing with DJ Sugar Rice, Flom with Da Vinci. Did the food-based event with a tasting party with Jasmine. And it was just to show that I have variety. Yeah. These people under my network and have been offered a variety of different types of events. Yeah.
You just did something at Traffic too, right?
Yeah, I partnered with with Kia. Thank God. Girl, look, a lot of women, a lot of strong, beautiful black women have been supporting me, man.
Hard working too. Like, I've been following a lot of these brands. Shit, I moved into the city 2013, 2014, interning, running around, into tech, but I knew I wanted to be in the art space, in the art world. Mm-hmm. So I was just trying to figure out who I needed to watch, who I needed to follow. And shit, I've been supporting a lot of these brands for a long time.
Yeah, so I was also, speaking of support, the big OG Chilio.
Man.
I remember meeting him.
Big homie.
Yeah, and so during the pandemic, he had like a dance practice. He booked Sugar Rice.
Yeah.
So I was there, and she was like, "Yo, you need to talk to him." I was nervous.
So
I was like, "I gotta talk
in.
to him."
Yeah.
So I was like, I went up there. I was like, "Yo, man, my name is Simoñ. I got this going on. I know it's pandemic, and you can't see my work, but this is what I'm going to do." Yeah. And he believed me. Yeah. And I'm like, "Damn, finally, someone fucking believes me. I'm not crazy here."
Now, if anybody gonna do it, it's gonna be Chili, man.
Yeah, and he just took me under his wing, like, "Hey, come out with me. Come over here with me. Let me introduce this person.
He wants good vibes for the city. He wants to see Atlanta.
Absolutely, and I took that in because even now, man, it's crazy out here.
Yeah, like, that's a fact.
And it's not fair to the rest of the people that are like, putting in the work or just like living their lives, and then someone who's unfortunately in a bad place. And I get why they're hungry because of the way the world is, but it's just like there's different avenues. And I feel like if we are able to put on events that can support artists and support other creatives, that can be able to show them like, hey, there's other means to this, just than shooting. Even last night, I went to our bar and I had like an artist showcase, and the guy was like, in his song, like, "I'm gonna fight you before I shoot you." And I was like, thank God, like thank God, like someone's rapping like that.
Yeah, we gotta get back to that, man.
It's okay to lose a fight, guys. It's okay. You get to live.
You're gonna lose a lot of them, man. You just told us a lot of stories where you took these losses and turn them into lessons. Ass whooping is the same thing. It's all right. Absolutely. Like, you're not going, you'll live to fight another day.
Another day.
You know what I'm saying?
And
hop in the gym, man.
Yeah, man. Good. I just really want my guys to be good.
Yeah.
The city to be good, because if it goes on too longer, I really do hate to get political here, but Georgia's a very Republican state.
Oh,
as much as like, we like right now, like I guess purple, but we don't vote in like local elections. So like the Senate here and the House here is all like red. So it's like, okay, probably not all red, but still it's majority red. So you got the abortion issues and stuff going on, and XYZ gun laws.
You got a situation with Buckhead trying to become
his own city, and how like
and
messed up that would be.
Separate resources,
and it doesn't make sense because like you're running away from crime, but you can't pick up the ground you're standing on. My nigga. Like what?
Yeah.
So and I know all these things are connected, and especially with the laws they try to pass down, like with different venues, if you have like any crime go on or something crazy that shut you down, it's like that's not in their control. It's I forgot what happened last year or year before last. Someone ran up somewhere in some venue, and that venue got closed. Yeah, and it's like that's crazy. Yeah, and also it brings another fact up to mind: is ownership. A lot of us don't own the things we need. So again, it's one of my passions to eventually to have OCTUS, an actual studio. So a multi-purpose at that. So I can actually house these creatives, and they can have a place to record podcasts like this, or record whatever kind of content, have events there, book signings, whatever you name it, all can be had in one place. And
I wanted to, sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to go into, to continue that train of thought and go into the importance of not only ownership, but understanding that there are different avenues you can take within the space. Because I think the way that you're going right now is very creative. It's a mixture of tech. It's a mixture of art. It's a mixture of entertainment. And you don't have to pigeonhole yourself in one of those avenues to be successful here. Because the OCTUS network, not only from the content that's going on it, but also just the shit on the back end. Can you go into that a little bit, like the tech side of it, like actually developing
right
that?
Now, if you guys don't know or have not, I guess, been living under a rock, there's this thing called ChatGPT.
Yes,
and again, you probably see, if you guys pay attention to my stories, which I don't know how people do, but I repost a lot of like AI type of content. And I already been telling people like, yo, like AI is about to take over the world. We've been sleeping for a long time.
They got Google on red alert right now.
High red alert, because even people have been plugging in the ChatGPT to make their own like Google variants.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. I was like, all right, if AI is really going to come, my visionary, but I'm like, all right, how can I use that to benefit my team? And so right now, one of our goals is to incorporate AI into the event space, creating different tools to help creatives and event planners to be successful on a higher level. Because I feel like it's only going to be such a short, finite amount of time before AI is above us.
Yeah.
It's on a leash right now. It's not going to always be like that.
Yeah.
So,
and even before that, there's a lot of regulation that's going to go on.
Yeah,
that's going
absolutely.
To, like anything that most, I guess, higher ups, you could say, or these big corporations do, they find a way to monetize off of it, and they just kind of feed the scraps to smaller startups and smaller companies. Because I'm praying that nobody buys the company out. None of these bigger corporations.
Yeah, I fear too.
Like a Google. But I think that speaks to how important it is that you're already starting on a ground level.
Yeah.
To incorporate this shit and implement it.
Because I feel like if done in a way, it can be serve a lot of different people in a lot of different sectors of creativity. And I think the intersection of that, I've been noticing as artists, they want to show, they want to perform, and they want the aesthetics that my show has or any other show I go to has. And especially it's being different and it's not aggressive. It's not just some girl with a big butt on the flyer and who's not even at the function. So it's like, all right, I don't do that. I don't mess with that. I like art. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that type of stuff. So if you, unfortunately, guys, if you send me anything like that, I don't share it.
It has its space. We appreciate it in that there is definitely the bones of Atlanta, but I think we need to take things in a different direction. So I definitely understand and agree.
Yeah. So
200%.
Right now, again, if you're listening, I'm looking for people who know how to do machine learning, and a whole bunch of stuff around AI. And I'm ready to work, I'm ready to build, I'm ready to partner. I'm not selfish at all. Ready to share resources. So if anybody's listening and wanting to help on a journey and help build this thing, let's talk, let's go. You got to be serious though. Don't BS me. We ain't got time to play.
Yeah.
So right now, my goal is to have something operational, fully functional by 2026 before FIFA gets here. Because it's already projected to bring around $5 billion to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I want to have a net, and I want all my other people to have a net open to catch as much money as they possibly can.
Yeah. We talked about this when we first met.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's detrimental, and it's like, especially as we go into this new shift, like the world's changing. The physical dollar is going away. Things are more expensive, and I don't think it's going down because corporations are like, "Oh, this is good. This is good." So
now they have an excuse to actually inflate things and then just keep it there.
So
create that new floor. So
this is one of those things where like I know this work has to be done, and I'm going to do the hard work to get it done. Like I don't care. Like I don't need the newest car. I don't need the newest clothes. As long as I look decent, you know what I'm saying? I'll shop at Zara as long as I can until I'm able to go to like, Versace or whatever I want to go to dress how I want to until my missions or my goals are met.
It's in you, not on you, man.
Yeah, man.
You can hit Ragorama and still get fresh, still get fly.
So I'm like, I can make those sacrifices to make sure like the greater good is done.
Yeah.
And I just, I'm just hungry for it. Because even my team sometimes, they're like, you sure you want to do this, bro? It's hard. I'm like, okay. You know how hard the odds of the universe being here? Yeah. How hard that was for a big bang, a pop in the darkness for us to be here?
Yeah.
And you telling me, it's hard to, this is expensive. Like, I don't care how expensive it is. It's going to get done. I'm going to talk to the right person. I'm working right now. I'm talking to a, oh my God, saying the name wrong, but it's the person that sketches out what an application looks like. So I'm trying to copyright everything now.
Okay. I was going to get into that, continuing into the back end of an OCTUS network, as far as bringing it from concept, which you just spoke on, as far as having people sketch it out, wireframing, and all of that good stuff. But also the other side of it, funding and different types of investors, crowdfunding, different types of investments. How are you coming along with that, or is it pretty difficult?
I would definitely say for a black man, it is without any like body next to him that's into that already. It's difficult. I research, I watch EYL, I do all the things.
Shouts out to them.
But man. I think right now, I just of course I'm looking forward to that. And if anyone who has access to different companies or anything, please, I'm all ears. I'm always willing to learn and educate myself to improve. But as far as like doing this other, going to those other sources of funding, it has been hard. And I haven't let that stop me.
For sure.
So I'm looking forward to those things coming, for sure. That's something I definitely am actively working on, because I'm like, all right, like, my check can't keep going to this all the time. Like, I got to at least buy a hot dog.
OPM, man. Yeah, other people's money, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And It's I would say all this has been a journey because I'm working on my credit and all that right now, and just trying to find like different opportunities to nestle myself in. Because even on the production side, so like I partner with different companies like Caliber Event Group. They do a lot of staging and lighting around the city, and I met them doing this one event during the pandemic called Camper Trip out in the middle of the woods in Georgia.
Wow. There's another one, the purple logo, purple and white. Shotgun? Or?
Yeah, Shotgun. Yeah. Oh, man. That was Ty. Ty. You know Ty. Yeah. So Ty, he was like, yo, bro. He told me like in 2020, he was like, yo, there's a company on Shotgun out here doing some stuff. And their ticketing platform, really looking to really get some ground in because they're really a European company. And they just want some nestle ground in the state, so they have like a partner out here in Atlanta called Alley Cat already. They're doing stuff in the house music sector.
Yeah, that's the spot right there.
And I was like, all right, I would definitely want to talk to somebody, and I had my pitch deck and all that ready, and I showed them. I was like, hey, I'm working on this, and I'm looking for some support. And at first it was quiet. They were like, this is cool. And then I remember like I don't know where emails say, hey. And the emails, the chain is long. It's a whole bunch of people attached to it. And they're like, hey, we want to support you financially. Let's talk about it. And I'm like, whoa. I showed my team, like, yo, I was like, yo, this is happening. And so just being able to do that, and it's been great to have partners. I went down to Miami during Art Basel to like go to the headquarters and just talk to them. And it's dope because they're doing a lot of like supporting different creatives out there.
Yeah.
Even on the marketing side, like it's pretty cool. Like you don't really get to go to an event where like a ticketing company is like actually investing into the actual event itself instead of just taking their cut.
Yeah. And just throwing their logo and say, hey, we're supporting it, but really,
really not.
Just the application you're functioning through, and then we split money on back end. And you're building international bridges too, which is the fire part. Which, if you know me, anybody that knows me knows how much I love building international partnerships and just.
I would say my main international partnership right now is with my main man, Mac. He is over there in London right now doing his things. A talented individual. He's an artist, creative. This is fire. He made the OCTUS logo. And he also recently made the Creative Gems logo, which is our educational creative piece. And he's talented. And he's been with me since 2017, 18, because I met him in the States. I think one crazy hurricane was coming to Savannah, and I got knocked up here. And my homegirl, they're tender, but she kept him around because he was cool, like rightly so. So we smoked it up, just talking. He was just like, and year after year, we would check in, like, yo, what's good, bro? What's good?
That's what's up.
And our relationship just grew, and even now, like that's literally one of my main supporters out there, and I'm definitely gonna grow OCTUS through him and his community out there. But
have you been out there before?
Not yet. I definitely plan on going this year.
We definitely the second time we do the continuation of this podcast, we'll do an episode in London.
Oh, for sure.
That'll be fire.
That would be absolutely gorgeous. I'm just really just thankful to have that and have him as that connecting piece. And also just that support. Because, again, when I was just rambling to people about what I wanted to do out here when the pandemic was going on, people were just looking at me sideways because, what you did in Savannah was cool, but that was in 2018. Like, what you doing now? Nothing. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be doing no crazy shows out in Atlanta, and people are dying. So, and
they didn't understand that you already had the vision in the first. Like they didn't understand what you were trying to do in the first place.
I have a box. I'm in the process of moving again. I have like maybe like 3 or 4 binders full of memories and ideas. I'm willing to execute content, whole series, event ideas that are just I personally feel like revolutionary.
It's a whole manifestation.
And that's honestly, I would say it's like a manifesto of sorts. Because I'm like, that's what I'm operating on right now. And also, at bare bones level, just operating off the ideas and things that I've already liked. So even right now, like I'm working on a project with Cartridge ATL, doing video game tournaments and stuff like that.
I've always loved that scene in Atlanta. Just me being a nerd and not being able to really show that side, but have a place to go.
Man. Like, even look I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. Schedule's kind of getting already booked up. But the next few years, I'm gonna do my own rock show. I have my own
fire.
EDM show. Like, I want to branch out to everything. It's a network.
Yeah.
There's different creatives in these different genres that need support. It's a lot of black rockers out there.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to give all of them a light. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look magnified. Let's look at these guys. They're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate them, because what they're doing is pretty cool, and it's difficult, especially just being black and alternative sound in general, because everyone's like, oh, you just want to be white.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want to be black, but just do something different.
Yeah. I mean, when you really peel it back, we are the foundation and base of a lot of this shit anyway. So,
absolutely.
I never believed in the concept because I'm high alternative, high niche,
Same.
high eclectic, very just curation is like my thing. So I go and dig in the random parts of the internet and just find shit. And I love finding things that are attached to blackness and just like our world that we haven't brought to the forefront yet. So how will the OCTUS network app how will it actually work? So walk me through the process of being a user versus being someone on the back end who needs these entertainers and like the people you're trying to magnify.
I feel like my idea is gonna have to be like how Eventbrite at least breaks down their apps. They have like more than one app. One for just the creators to look at their tickets and analytics, and then one for just people to go on and buy tickets and, you know, look at stuff. So I feel like mine will operate similar, but I have the whole center of it is like wanting to help and build and support communities. So I'm looking at different ways to allow people who are creatives and know how to do certain things to onboard themselves on there. So people who are curating and curating and wanting to put events on can go into a marketplace and shop from them. Some people out here have already been doing the groundwork on certain levels out here, like that. But mine's just, and at least right now, my mind's focused on the event space, because like I use a lot of graphic designers. I use a lot of photographers, videographers, and editors, security, lighting, sound, staging, all these different people, and even chairs, different venues. So having a place where people can have all that in one place, one click of a button. You put your budget in, you see how much people cost, you build your team. That's my whole thing. Is like, I want you to have a team and allow people will log in, be able to like build their team, build out their event. And on the other end of it, the user, like the people who are going to look for different events, if they are able to subscribe to, they can go to an event, but they want to subscribe to that brand and like long term, like I'm going to these shows like right now, like I would say I'm subscribed to Player 99, for example. I go to all their shows. They're New Year's Eve. Like, you know, we vote for her.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would like
that shit was a vibe too.
Yeah, it was crazy. It sold out too. Congratulations, Stars.
Yeah.
In the Player 99 team. Cleopatra was awesome. Her set was hard. Like, oh man. But still, like, just being able to, like, I want people to be able to subscribe to them and be rewarded for it. I want them to be like, all right, and especially if, like, say for example, like a Thrice can like whoop up any other deal that can support their community. So let's say Thrice gets some type of deal with Coca-Cola where his community gets a free Coke every time they come to an event. Just some random stuff, right?
Yeah.
He can put that on the app and they can get that when they check in. Like, oh, here's your reward. You can go up to the bar and get your drink or get whatever you want. Or, for example, or even outside of the box, more stuff that's rewarding, because I've been researching different ways. Like, how can Verizon offer me Disney Plus? It's really just, you gotta have a huge subscriber base. That's all they care about. You know, the volume of people are in your community. So I don't want to, you know, bound that idea. So basically, the harder a community leader works and provide for that community, the more rewards that community gets, and the more incentivized there are to keep going to those events.
And you're, as a subscriber, you're supporting that artist and that brand. Long term,
and that's the whole thing. So I'm like, all right, one and dones are cool because you're gonna have visitors, but you're gonna have those visitors who can want to do other stuff. And so, like, also being able to, as you subscribe, you're able to look at that person's content. It's different, even other different avenues. For example, like Teacup, she has her podcast dealing with like hip hop and hip hop media in general. And so being able to build a platform where a person can go to her events and also watch her content if they want a little extra. And I'm really honestly here to onboard big and small brands, because we all got to start from somewhere, And we all are some places. You can come to me, you might have like 2 million followers. And some people might come to me, I have 500. But I have a goddamn good vision.
Yeah.
And I'm
good
willing
at
to
what they
support them.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, there's going to be security systems in place to make sure, like, you know, the BS gets filtered through.
Yeah,
Because
for
everyone's
sure.
going to have to verify. And, like, especially you can't onboard until you have a security team. I'm having someone, if not myself, at the early stages, but it's always going to be some type of verification. Like, give me proof of your services.
Yeah.
Like, are you good to be on this platform? Because I don't want you to be booked by somebody and then something happens and your people aren't ready for war.
Yeah.
Because I work with a good guy named Chance. He does all my security for my events when I need it. And his entire team is phenomenal. And I watch the stories every day. This man's on a mission. He's training, shooting in the gym. Like, he's working. I hear a lot of crazy stories where events get shot up and security runs away.
Yeah.
My guys wouldn't do that. They were heading towards the action. Like, I need that.
That's that's social currency, because how are you, one, finding these people, these great, because most of them stand out, like even down to your security team, like to be able to find that service in a place. As much as I love Atlanta, when it comes to the service industry,
It's shitty.
this is a very lackluster place for that.
Absolutely.
And after traveling a good bit, I can come back and thoroughly say that I've seen plenty of other places, developing countries, that do the shit better. So how are you able to, from house parties to coming to Atlanta and really trying to figure it out, bootstrap all this shit together, how are you finding all these outstanding people to actually be able to work
because I've been blessed with my quality network. And for example, I met him, Chance, at an event during the pandemic. He was security for a art show that my good friend Jalen Smith was on, and he's like, "Yo, meet Chance." And I shook his hand, dapped him up, and he was like, "Book him, give him a chance." And before I did, of course, I'm not just gonna hop on anything. So I followed him, I chatted, and I just watched. I watched him work. I even watched him go through a accident, rehabilitate himself, and come back even stronger. And I just knew that's someone I wanted to work with, because if I can watch you go from high to low and then go back to higher, you got it. You got the sauce. Yeah. So I just want to keep those type of people around me, and I want my people that I'm connected with in my network to have that same level of access to quality people, especially from any form of service, be it graphic design, because sometimes you deal with a designer and you have a whole meeting about it, and then they don't see your invoice, and they don't talk to you, and they leave you on red. Like, all that BS, and it's going to get filtered through, because a lot of these people are going to have to send in customer reviews. And of course, if you like Uber, if you get ranked pretty bad, you're off my platform.
Yeah.
But I'm just really aiming to provide quality service, because even right now I'm working with Devontae over at the Garage on Huff. I'm hooking him up with some fantastic lighting right now. Through Lucas and that team right there. I'm working with him on a lot of stuff. He's been bringing me in on the other side of like EDM, like the crazy EDM stuff. Yeah. Because right now I'm picked to build staging and lighting for a show out there at. I did a walkthrough of Dominion. It's a crazy venue out here, and they're gonna have this crazy event on February 11th, I believe. It's gonna be crazy. I gotta do a lot of work. It's gonna be hard work, but it's gonna pay well. So it's cool.
So you're actually working that event. Oh yeah. Like, so you're willing to actually put in the sweat, equity behind the service that you actually need, which I think helps you stand out so much more, because it's like, dog, not only am I creating this experience for you, but I literally put my hands on this shit to actually help build it.
Like, for example, my second event we had last year, Flan with Da Vinci. If you look at the recap video, and I was doing this, I had on a black t-shirt and some shorts and some black socks and white dirty shoes. I was working. I didn't get a chance. I didn't have a chance to go home and do what I wanted to and shower and look good and all that. People came, and I need to be serviced. My food vendor at the time was going through some mishaps and stuff like that, and I had to be there for her. Going to the tasting party, she got in a car accident right before the event was supposed to start, and nothing was ready set up yet, because the venue wouldn't let us come in early. So they only gave us like maybe an hour to get ready before the doors open, and she got into an accident. But here I am with my team working. Dirty.
Shit,
There was no one at the time, you know, because this was our first partnership in a way where I was like, all right, this will kind of mirror how someone would interact with the OCTUS network and bring their event on board. Because she paid for the venue, and she needed help with, like, you know, buying some tables and just basically just coordinating.
Yeah.
And I just stepped in and did it. Me and my team went out there, picked up these tables out there and moved it around, made sure the DJs were set up outside, made sure the sound was good, made sure the food was set up, made sure the drinks were set up, and make sure all the stations are ready so people can come to the door and route, you know, all that. Because she wasn't there to do it. And I'm like, that's why team is important. And I'm thank God she chose me to be her teammate. And even now, I'm happy that she officially joined the OCTUS network. So she's going to be, she's the first, like, signed brand under the OCTUS network. And everyone, I'm lying. Mom, Devin, Sugar Rice, they're signed too.
You got a lot of brands. I mean, from 7 Pound to, like, you got a lot of, I mean, I guess they're partnerships.
Yeah, they are, especially 7 Pound. My boy Diminy, he's a phenomenal guy. I watched him build that brand literally out of his living room, DJing on an ironing board in front of people during the pandemic. Because he was like, I met him at dance when I first met Julio. And I just talked to him. He was telling me about his business, his struggles and his frustrations. And I was like, bro, don't give up. Like, so what? Something didn't work out. Try again. Open the door. And he was like, all right, bet. And he did. And he's still opening that door. He's releasing episodes week after week, month after month now. And he's building that online brand, and it's getting better. He's even gotten the what's the thing on the artwork for the video, done good. So I'm like, all right, cool. Him and this man Ben, they're a solid team when they get that thing done.
Yeah, I fuck with it because it reminds me of Lot Radio, and there's a lot of like even kiosk radio. There's a lot of international DJs and brands that I follow that have it's kind of trickled over here, and I love seeing the parallels because now you can take the shit and go over there with it, and it won't be as foreign. Yeah, you know, they won't have an opportunity or a space to reject it because it's like same shit is kind of going on here. It's just here's our version of it, here's our world, and we want to bring it to here. You know,
and even before I launched all this stuff, I remember like before I even did anything last year. I sat down with Thrice, I sat down with Tay, and I talked to them. I was like, yo, I want y'all to be a part of this. I want all this to, like, work and meld and mesh well together. Yeah. And I told them what I was getting ready to do. I didn't tell them everything because at the time I didn't even know what I really truly wanted. Because Tay was like, how are you going to support everyone? I was like, whatever y'all need, just let me know. But as I was like, all right, as I really started to put things together, I was like, okay, all right, this is it. I know Tay's only a videographer, a photographer, whatever event she's curating. Yeah. And I'm able to offer a tour. Yeah. And of course nothing's free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we work out as we work it out.
But I mean that's the importance of understanding bartering. Like
absolutely.
Like bro, we did shit before there was currency involved.
Absolutely.
If y'all did not know that. Like we were actually trading things, whether it be hard work, whether it be resources of some other kind, whether it be intellectual property, whatever it is. Shit, thoughts, just support, whatever it is, there's a way to use what you have, gain more, however you choose to do that, whether it be investing in yourself, learning more. Shit, did you know anything about lights before you even started?
Nah. I feel like all this has been trial by fire. Absolutely. Exactly. All this has been trial by fire.
Exactly. Invest in yourself and the crafts that you need, and people will know that you're taking this shit serious.
Yeah, so I remember when Mo hit me up for the Hell Yeah comedy show she did at U Studios, and she was like, I need lighting and I need staging because that place didn't have it. And I went in there. My boy Lucas, who normally does it for me, he's been going on tour lately, kind of getting big bucks. Can't blame him. Yeah. So he was like, hey, here's the equipment. Go ahead and do your thing. And Lucas, my brother, he don't even charge me nothing because we have a partnership going. Again, people work your way as you can.
Bartering, man.
And because like even the way we got right now is like, all right, I have access to his stuff, and I help him build stuff when he needs me to, and I'm also a salesman for him too, because obviously I'm selling him as a service under my business. Yeah. So it just makes sense for him to like, yo, here's this. Yeah. And if I have to pay for something, you know, it's a little discount. You know,
yeah. You work it out how you work it out.
Work it out how you work it out. Right. So it's just been good to have the ability to connect with people and that are in certain spaces. Like my good friend Doug, he has my sound. He handles all my sound equipment, my mics, and all that stuff. High quality stuff, wireless. I don't believe in cords personally, but you know, I make sure everything's good because my team I rely on. They make sure everything's good too.
Yeah, and that's the importance of the building block method as you progress, bringing people along with you, and why it's important. Because of this, like you just never know when shit may hit the fan. Not even just from the standpoint of business, it's like you're on a personal level.
Yeah,
like these people believe in you so much that they want to carry the shit all the way through. So and that's just seeing the respect and seeing the rapport that you have with other people, how you treat people, how you treat yourself, the care and investment you put into yourself is trickling down to all these other relationships. So how you, I guess we could transition to how you're managing yourself personally while trying to manage. Like, are you still going to therapy? Is your mental? How's your mental
no,
health
I
at
have
this
not been
point?
going. I'm be honest. I have not been going to therapy, and it's not because like I don't want to. Of course, I tweeted last night. I need to go to therapy.
Yeah.
It's just difficult because it's like you never found a time. I wish I had like someone to just do it for me, to set the appointment. Because it's like, all right, I gotta. Because you know my 9 to 5 is like telling me I need to call, make phone calls all day, and then I get off that, and then I got meetings to do, and then by the time I even get to even thinking about I need to make this you know, phone call to go to a therapist, they close. So like, who am I calling? And this is like a day in and day out thing. But it's something I'm, you know, of course I'm definitely going to do. And I encourage everyone to do no matter what their circumstances are. But it's really like right now,
assistant level.
Yeah, I definitely
executive assistant.
Yeah, I definitely am getting to that level. I have people ask me, but I just be so reluctant. I'm like, I appreciate the offer, but I'm like, I don't know if you got to hustle like I do, because I want you around me. If you gonna be around me, you have to add value. And I need extreme value. Because the things that we're doing, people are relying on us, especially in the city right now where service quality is piss poor. I don't want to be that. That's not my lane. Especially Atlanta just being a hotbed in that breeding ground. Like I need to jump off, and I can't do that. People in LA gonna mess with me if they hear I'm like, the people I'm servicing in Atlanta are mad, or someone got shot up because my security wasn't on point, or the lights cut off.
The service,
Like I'm not about that. So I want whoever's gonna come and help me, you know, to be about that. Like I'm about to be here with Simoñ, and I know the meeting was supposed to end an hour ago, but we here 5 hours later with a box of pizza getting this work done.
And so, how are you managing the outside relationships as you're trying to?
I would definitely say it's definitely been difficult, and it takes work. So I've definitely lost friends along this journey. I feel like if you're doing anything that's like as world, but you gotta like still keep a good head on your shoulders, and you gotta find time to meditate. You gotta find time to cry. You gotta find time to do all these things, and usually it's at night. You know, I'm like, oh, shit, I need to cry right now. Because I was talking, even on New Year's Eve, I had to pick Pope Baby's manager up from the airport, Donnie Slater, phenomenal entrepreneur, hardworking. Another person I watch build up something great, watch it collapse, pick up the dirt and the ashes, and build and rise up like a fucking phoenix. Because him and Pope Baby are on this legendary run right now. And to have that energy around me, like he told me the other day, he's like, when the last time you cried, bro? I was like, I don't know. He's like, cry when you get home. I went home and cried. And I was like, damn, I feel great. Like, I can start the new year refreshed and like able to like let go a little of the baggage until at least I go to therapy. At least I can do is cry and let go, so I'm not like holding a pent up anger and aggression. And then next, I'm talking to somebody and they say the wrong thing and I snap.
And it just spirals from there. I mean that's important, man. Just being able to offload. I've been getting into a lot of yoga lately, and I meditate. I've been meditating for years now. I always try to meditate. It's not in a traditional sense. Sometimes it is, but mostly just car rides. If I'm outside, if I'm running in a runner's high,
or I'm high.
Yeah,
to be honest, marijuana is my best friend.
Yeah,
but this year I'm taking this first quarter of the month off from indulging in weed because again, it's too much on my plate. And I don't have time. I think Tyler Creator said it, like, I don't have time to be slow.
Yeah.
As much as I like to be high because I don't like drinking like that.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't do it right now. And I thought honestly, like quitting cold turkey would be difficult, but I'm actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't have any itches or nothing like that. Even though it's around, people offer it to me. I'm like, cool.
Oh yeah, especially in the space you're in.
Yeah, man. Like,
endless.
here. So I'm like, all right, cool. But now I'm like, all right, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. Enjoy yourself, man. You know?
That's what's up, man.
But I just think people just need to find that thing that helps them like unwind, be it playing video games, Grand Theft Auto, and shooting up the whole city.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's not real city.
Yeah.
Shoot up the game.
Yeah.
But you know, just different ways to unwind and reach within.
Yeah.
And ask yourself those hard questions, because even for the longest, even now, I'm like, yo, some goals I'm like I want for myself. I'm like, why haven't you pressed harder on that? Like, you need to do this, because the moment you do that, something else is going to happen, and something else is going to happen. So I just, you know, try to make sure I push myself all the time and not just accept like the bare minimum. You know, even though sometimes it's okay if you can't do that, you know, mountain climb.
Yeah.
You know, don't get too mad at yourself, but just know that you can't get comfortable.
To what you said earlier, just patience, understanding that, and I think that's the importance of having a goal and having a mission to be on, and having a purpose. I think you quit cold turkey is like, bro, I have something that's way greater than me that I need to accomplish. I'm not gonna allow anything else to control me.
Absolutely.
That's gonna get in the fucking way.
And this year, honestly, I've been preaching to myself is discipline. Discipline. Because I'm like, all right, if I can't control my sexual urges, if I can't control my smoking habits, my drinking habits, like, who else can I do it? What is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not out here like fiending over women like that.
Yeah. Which is so easy to do in a place. I see it a lot in a place like Atlanta.
When I talk to a woman, I talk to women, but I'm not like hopping from here to here to here to here.
Yeah.
I know people might think.
I know people might. Business.
Yeah, absolutely. I know people might think, look at me like, oh, he's always around beautiful women, or it's around women. Period. Like, because he's working.
Yeah.
We're not about to go do no sneaky link.
Yeah.
We are about to maybe do a sneaky link and go hit the whiteboard and like write out some notes or something. But
and even if something does come out of that, it's like, bro, at least you're presenting exactly who you are and what you want for the future, which most women respect. It's like that is very attractive on a man. It's like, dog, even the first time I met the nigga, he's like, nah, we gonna go work. Yeah. Like, let's go work. And then if something come out of it, cool, but this is what I'm on right now.
I always leave room for that grace. Like, I don't want to just block off whatever God's trying to put in me, because I've heard stories like, oh, yeah, we were working on this project together, and then once it was over, we met here and we had dinner and just something sparked. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to close that off, but at the same time, like, right now, it's like, it's me, and if I, make room for you, that's you. Yeah. And I don't like to overflow the bounds. I'm, a very comfortable state in my life right now, and I don't want to ruin that. Yes. I can't, as much as I want to, we cut it up all day and, just be high or just going out to movies or doing whatever she wants to do all day. I just can't do it. I can't afford to. Yeah. A fact, man. And I just, I think lately I've been learning the value of letting go. And even if it's like, because relationship stuff is just difficult, especially for creatives.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were already working on that that concept earlier. Yeah. It's just one of those things where I feel like you just have to have patience, and as long as you have genuine love and respect for each other, things will work out the way they were supposed to. If you get back together or not, it's whatever. Yeah. And I'm okay as I am right now, and I have faith in God that what's for me will be for me.
Believe that, man.
Yeah.
And how I guess we can transition into the future, because what is for you is for you, and I guess it's safe to make the announcement now, since we're transitioning into the future, that very specific episodes of this podcast I want to only be hosted on the OCTUS network.
Absolutely.
So that's something we've been talking about. Y'all heard it here first. But I feel honored to even have the opportunity to do that, to help the platform grow as much as possible, to help you grow mentally, spiritually, however I can, man. I'm here.
I appreciate it.
Whatever
So I
you
definitely
need.
be going through shit. I need someone to talk to that's level headed like yourself.
Yeah.
Because I have my close friends,
Mm.
but you know they're in different things. They got their own things going on. You know, trying to figure themselves out as individuals, as human beings on this planet. And I can't just bombard them with like, oh, I'm going through relationship trauma and I need your advice, because sometimes their advice might not. It's advice from me because they're not, you know, inertly or creative or in my space.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So I have to like, you know, go to people like you or Chilio or honestly even myself and just talk and have a dialogue. It's like, this person's making you feel this. How does it make you feel? Does it make you mad that they playing with you like that?
Yeah.
That they just only call you for this and that? Or
or that they don't believe in the business.
Yeah.
You know, they only see what they can gain from it.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, and even piercing through that cloud, because I feel like that's just anger. This is only looking at it from that one point. They're just using me. You know, sometimes people just need help.
Yeah,
and they're just like,
true.
They say, hey, Simoñ, you're a reliable person I can call on to help, even regardless of what we got going on. I need you. And I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah. But the foundation for building a good relationship, even out of that, is just communication.
Absolutely.
And transparency and just honesty. Like, hey, yo,
transparency.
I can't bring what I need to bring, or I can't meet you at the requirement in which you need me to meet you right now. But here's what I can do, and here's what I need. You know, and putting that out there versus trying to find some backdoor ass way of, you know, false support or oh, yo, this is what I want to do.
I've had false support over the years, man. I think one of the biggest red flags of that false support is someone telling me they do something for me for free. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
You want something. Everybody wants something.
Yeah.
Be it food, weed, money, you a connection.
Yeah, time.
Yeah. Because even like, I will even say this, one of my friends, Baby Oil, he wanted to DJ at Reverie. And I knew that I had a good friend. He goes by the name of Virtual Thuggin at Reverie. I'm like,
big homie,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Big Virtual, man. Just seen him yesterday.
Together, man. Yeah, like
him and Divine.
I was like, yo, can you mind help me out? He was like, yo, you might help me out? Want to book me for one of your shows? I was like, hell yeah, bro, I got you. So it was like a book for a book.
Yeah.
So you just trade that way, you know what I'm saying? So it's
cool.
I
love seeing this shit because I remember having a meeting with Thuggin, and he asked me like, yo, you think I should actually do the DJing shit? You think he was trying to figure out where he fit. And I remember that conversation at Sound Table when it was still here. Such a legendary place. I think every fucking episode of this podcast, I'm going to try and bring that place in.
Yeah.
Carl.
You're probably going to end up talking. Yeah.
Man, Carl, you already know. Love you to fucking death, man. We will definitely have that interview will be amazing. But just the space that he created for creatives.
Yeah.
And the quality, I see that in the OCTUS network, and as far as what you want to do on a global level.
Absolutely.
So, I appreciate you, man. Let's go further into the future. What are you working on now? Where do you want to take the OCTUS network? What ideas do you have that aren't even on paper yet, or you're just thinking about them at this point?
The OCTUS network is working actively on multiple events. Going into the new year, expanding on the previous events. So right now, first up, actually we're gonna announce it tomorrow. But I myself, Player 99, and Trap Sushi are supporting an artist by 80 Perp. He's having a show. He's going on tour. He has a show at Al 5 on the 26th. This will be our first, outing for the year. Followed up by February 24th, be the last Friday in February. Big Papito, one of 2 Chainz producers, where he's going to be one of our feature artists for bringing back the art show, branded it differently as the Canopy Art Garden. And, and he's going to be the first one launching it off as one of the feature artists on that. That's going to be going on till like September. And we have the video game tournament I'm working on. That's a pretty big endeavor. That's looking to be hosted at Reverie VR Bar, the start of it. Working with Renee Garden on building that out, and Cartridge ATL, and other different brands like Jesus Christ. I was talking to my brother about it yesterday. He has a wrestling brand I want called Slam. I definitely gotta show you to it because it's absolutely phenomenal. He has
That
another show
sounds
coming up
fire as fuck.
He has a show coming up on the 15th of this month where it's basically him combining wrestling and hip hop. And it's phenomenal. He had Lil Scrappy out there booming niggas on the thing out there. Yes, like
yo, West Side Gun, West Side Gun, nigga. You already heard it. Come, bring your ass to Atlanta,
looking
though.
To collaborate with different individuals doing unique stuff. More, working with Hell Yeah Comedy, integrating more with Player 99, and starting to build out different concepts for the Tasting Party, Flom. Again, like the different brands we announced we did last year, just building those out. And of course, further collaboration with different individuals just to create unique stuff. Eventually this year, I plan on building, actually having like a button to press and then my app is loading on my phone to test. But building that out. And what else? Of course, getting back into live music. It was like, when I say live music, I mean like, an artist performing. Because I haven't had an artist perform on my stage since global warming in Savannah. So I really want to bring that out and do that on a high level. Even with, I'm not trying to book the craziest acts, I'm not trying to be Gucci Man or like that, but I feel like the people around me in my circle and my network are very talented. And they need a stage and platform to be on. And I want to be able to provide that space for them. I'm working with Miss Teacup over there. We and her went to high school together, fun fact.
That's crazy. I follow her on Twitter. She's funny as hell.
She's fly.
Yeah.
And her on work on that, supporting her adventures and her artistry, and producing my own original content and putting my face more out there, posting more frequently on my story. Because I know last year my job ate most of my time, so I didn't have time to sit down and make a content strategy for myself. So now I'm trying to like put more of an effort into that, and even using AI as an assistance. Like, all right, I don't have time to think of all these ideas to do. I need you to create them for me, and I just execute on a high level. Again, artists, creatives, AI is here. Use it to your advantage or be left behind.
Please.
But you can't. Again, don't get mad at it. It doesn't matter if you're mad at it. You either use it to make money or you don't. And you
that
broke
shit
forever.
is not going anywhere.
It's here to stay. So just continually educating myself, being more connected to my community, and just building on top of buildings and connecting more, building out my connections with different vendors, different service levels.
And what do you need from the people, or what do you need from us, like just on any level, whether it be crowdfunding, any kind of investment? I don't know if you're doing pitches or not, like going to these events and actually like, hey, you can invest in my company. This is the idea that I have.
I haven't done that yet, but I definitely plan on to. One of the things I definitely plan on doing this year is getting into like crowdfunding. Because I tried crowdfunding and during the pandemic, got shot in the foot. Got my feelings hurt. But I had to realize, hey, bro, everybody's at home. No one's got money, so wrong time. But I feel like now that my idea is visible and something more concrete, I'm definitely going to like start putting it out there on some type of level of, especially when it comes down to the online content, because YouTube is a different beast, and I feel like if I had some type of way to monetize that outside of the viewership, I forgot the platform, Patreon, some type of like building that out. But of course, the content comes first. But just crowdfunding more, and just connecting with people who are actually angel investors and stuff like that, because they are around me, I feel like they have been watching me, but I just need them to like, sit down for a second, bro. Let me get at least like 20 minutes.
I mean, they're honestly, most times they're waiting on you.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I have to like, yo, bro, like they're not gonna come to you.
They're definitely not coming. They waiting on you to be like, yo, I got this idea. I've put this much time, sweat, tears, grind. I have this team around me. Like, make it so you've been making it so fucking good that there's no way that anyone smart could be able to turn it down.
Absolutely. And that's definitely intentional. I'm like, I'm not gonna, even it goes as far as like, I don't want to share any content on my story that does not look good or represent my brand in any way, because it has to be creative. It has to look good. Period.
Damn, man. Well, I appreciate you for coming through. This has been a very blessed year. I think it's going to be a very, very good year for the OCTUS network, for you personally.
I think so too, man.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for really trying to shift Atlanta and the culture and from a service level, from a business level, from an art level. Like, I really do appreciate that a lot.
Thank you, man. This is the hard work that needs to get done.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, you can find me at Damn Son, SOHN at the end, and OCTUS Network on all platforms. The Twitter's kind of dark because it's kind of weird to do event stuff on Twitter because it's just text based, so I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
But again, I'm open to any suggestions, any recommendations, any ideas. My DMs are open. I always say that. If you have an idea, a thought, even if you want me to sponsor your event, talk to me. Yeah. I am down. As long as we both can benefit and find some mutual thing going, like, I'm down.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage everyone listening to this to never give up on anything you got going on, no matter how hard life gets, and you may feel things are slipping. You might slip down, but you can pick yourself back up bit by bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
No one should care that that people are looking at you when you fall, like we all do.
Yeah, for sure. And that just is a testament to who you are as a person, to pick yourself back up and keep shit going, no matter what it looks like, no matter how people perceive it. And you've done that over the years, man. So, again, I'm proud of you. This is episode 7 of That's a Good Question podcast. Thank you, man. Many blessings to everybody listening. This is going to be a great fucking year. And just keep it going. Keep believing in yourself, and shit will get done. This man is a testament to that. Thank you, man. We out.
Peace.
Peace.